Howdy, folks.
You know, I thought these Ashens parodies would be just some haha thing that I did for a while and then went back to doing other stuff. But I just keep finding more and more stuff to make fun of. This stuff is so addicting! Plaid sofa time once again, rubber gloves time once again. Let's just get this over with, because I haven't had anything to eat all day today. So I think it's time for some breakfast. Now, over here on this side of the pond, we don't have any US equivalent of hunger breaks, thank goodness. But that's not to say that the dollar stores here in America aren't completely devoid of cheesy breakfast items of varying amounts of quality. So let's take a look at, I just want to have some breakfast here. So let's shut up and take a look at what we're going to be making a video about today. Now, like I said, we may not have Hunger Breaks USA, so there's no all-day breakfast or anything silly like that. But on my last trip to the dollar store, I did manage to uncover toastum pop-ups. Toastum pop-ups. You've got to be kidding me. Could there possibly be a brand name that screams even more? Please, folks who make Pop-Tarts, don't sue us. But six toaster pastries for $1, and it looks like they have frosting. You can't blame them. Now, I have long been a fan of Pop-Tarts. I've been having those things on and off for many, many years. Since I was a little kid way back in the day when you could actually still get Pop-Tarts with no frosting on the top. Yeah, can you believe it? I remember there used to be a strawberry and a blueberry version of Pop-Tarts with no frosting on top. They just had filling in the middle. And then Pillsbury and the other breakfast food companies started making all these toaster pastries with frosting all over the place. So what do you know? Nowadays you can't get a Pop-Tart that's plain on top, I don't think. Maybe if I do some digging I might find that old classic. But anywho, let's take a look at these things before popping them open, because I want to have me some breakfast sometime this hour. Natural and artificially flavored. Let's see. Nutrition facts. Serving size, 1 pastry, 6 per container. If you're one of those people that eats the whole box, the whole bag, etc. But I think they're individually wrapped, so. Anyways. Oh, nice. Not too much fat. Cholesterol, cool, no cholesterol. A lot less sodium than the stuff that we usually have on these Ashens parodies, probably because it's not canned stuff. Decent amount of carbs, sugar, 16 grams, as opposed to 12 grams of sugar in most servings of milk. Does it say anything about nutrition, like how many vitamins it has or anything like that? Maybe I'm not seeing it or something like that. Ingredients, the stuff that's usually in a toaster pastry. La 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 la. What do we got on the back? Toastum pop-ups are the original toaster pastry. Their moist fillings and bakery fresh taste are the result of more than 75 years of baking experience. And look where it got you. In the dollar store. Moving right along. Toastum pop-ups are fully baked and ready to eat. They are available in frosted brown sugar, cinnamon, and chocolate fudge, in addition to a wide variety of fruit flavors. Toastum pop-ups provide a good source of there's what I was looking for. 7 vitamins and minerals. See side panel for nutrition facts. And they totally cut themselves off mid-sentence. Now, they could have just said something else, or maybe that was what they meant to say. I don't know. Flavor Kiss, quality bakers since 1923. Okay then, how come these are in the dollar store and Pop-Tarts are everywhere else? There's toasting and microwave instructions. I say we try both. Where is this made by? Oh, product of USA, USA. Always fun to support good old American jobs. Scholes and Birch Biscuit, Chicago, Illinois. Chicago, whatever. You know what they say? You know what Mom used to say? Don't play with your food! Well, let's stop playing with our food here and let's take a look. But first, ye old paper plate. Why should I let any of this stuff touch my real dinner china or whatever? Get this stuff open and, yep, we've got our, I think it's 2 per bag thingy. So, okay, so it's 2 per bag. So take all this stuff in the nutrition facts, double it. Because who's going to eat only one of these things when you got a bag full of 2? These are supposed to be strawberry. Let's see what they look like. oh joy, predictably so, they look like toaster pastries, although with notably less frosting. This is actually better. I've actually tried some of these others that are different flavors than these, and a lot of them, you know, it's not like your Pop-Tart that has like a big square thing of frosting all over the top. This thing, it looks like someone just stood over it with a toothpaste tube bakery thing in. I suppose it's passable. Well, let's try 4 of these things actually. You know, let's just yeah, this is breakfast, so let's first try them in the microwave, and then let's actually toss them in the toaster. Give these things the benefit of the doubt, you know? Be right back. Strangely, the directions said to only microwave these things for 3 seconds, which of course did absolutely nothing. I assumed they forgot a 0 and tossed them in for 30 seconds instead. Are they even warm? We shall see. Anyways, waited. Ooh, they're falling apart. Maybe I should have put them in for only 3 seconds. Or maybe they meant those super microwaves that the truck stops have. Anyways, yeah, these are probably better made in the toaster. Toast them pop-ups in 3, 2, 1. One more for good measure. There's always some goofball thing about dollar store food items that makes them dollar store-y, if that's even... Well, of course, that's not a word. I'm just making it up. The thing that makes these things dollar store-y is that you can't really taste the filling too much. You taste the frosting, but is there anything in the middle? Oh yeah, there is. Little bits and pieces. I suppose if you're sick of of Pop-Tarts these days being like a big mouthful of sugar, you might like these things, but I'd say it's passable. There isn't as much flavor as the stuff that I'd usually the toaster pastries that I'm accustomed to, which would be the real thing, the real Pop-Tarts. Not to saying these are fake Pop-Tarts or anything, but they just taste different. There's less flavor to them. Less flavor in the frosting, less flavor in the filling. Or maybe I'm just a moron who shouldn't be making these things in the microwave. Righto, let's finish these off, and let's make 2 more of them in the toaster. Note to self, it is highly inadvisable to make anything in a toaster while wearing rubber gloves, so sadly I had to remove the personal protective equipment when making these things in the toaster, and I lost the corner of one of them trying to get the darn things out. Forgot how hot toaster food can get compared to microwave food, but as we guessed, it's actually staying together. Ooh, what happened down there? Some of the frost, are these things that cheap that some of the frosting oozed, or some of the filling oozed out of it while it was cooking? Whatever. As I suspected, out of the toaster, they're a lot firmer and they don't fall apart the minute you pick them up. Plus, after all, it does say toastum pop-ups. Shoot, even real Pop-Tarts don't mention toasting them in the name. Okay, let's quit putting this off. These, I'm guessing, are probably going to be the best way of eating these things. And I don't want them to start melting my glove. So, toastum pop-ups from the actual toaster in 3, 2, 1. Oh. Way crunchier. Again, light on the filling, maybe because of that, but it says toastum, that means toastum. That's the way to make these things, not in a microwave. Although much like the toastum pop-ups that I made in the microwave, these things are exhibiting that interesting characteristic of dollar store food where you have to let the taste build up as you eat more and more of it. That's something I forgot about when I was eating the microwave ones. 1 or 2 bites, you won't taste too much. After you've eaten about half of one of these, though, you know you're eating strawberry toaster pastries with frosting on top. The taste just gradually builds up as you eat more and more of one of these things, until it's finally at the level you'd expect from less mouthfuls of stuff with the more known brands of these kinds of things. Anyways, talking with my mouthful's a bad thing. Let's finish these off. All right. Well, the thing says toast 'em. That means toast 'em. Now, there's one more bag of these things, and I know that all the college students out there wouldn't let me hear the end of it if I didn't try one of these things, college kid style. Raw. Yes, that's right. Even if you have a meal plan, and even if your college has a fully staffed cafeteria that actually cooks breakfast at 7 in the morning and stuff like that, or whenever your first class is. Most folks I know, or most college folks I've known over the years, have been quite nocturnal. There will always be those mornings where you play, shut up, I don't want to get up, with the alarm for about 45 minutes. Then finally haul yourself out of bed, toss on some clothes, stop at a vending machine in the dorm, and then just go straight to class. Get your class over with, or 2 or 3 or however many it is, come back and just crash for 5 hours. And then get up at like sunset or something like that to actually do stuff. Well, this would hardly be a video about this kind of stuff if I didn't try them raw. Plus, the box even encourages it. Toastum pop-ups pastries can be toasted, heated in the microwave, or served right from the package. I imagine, especially with how, again, the inconsistency of these is showing with the utter lack of frosting on the edges of both of them, I imagine this will be the most tasteless way of eating one of these things. I'm about to actually waste one by not eating it the right way. Just for the heck of it, college kid style. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, yep. No more. No more. Oh, that brings back so many terrible memories of settling for vending machine food because I didn't want to wait in line at the cafeteria, which would only have one person cooking omelets at 7 in the morning. Oh, the pain, the agony, being half asleep and starving while the lines in the cafeteria were like the DMV with everybody that had 8 o'clock classes. Because the union that represented the cafeteria workers insisted on not serving any food until 7:30. Oh. I could have easily been there at 7 o'clock, had time to actually eat breakfast comfortably, let my food digest, and run off to my 8 o'clock class back then. But no. It never happened. I had to wait in line like the DMV ran our cafeteria, have some blue-tasting omelet handed to me, wolf it down really fast, and then zip off to calculus class. Oh, the pain. Oh, the horror. Oh, the feeling like my meal plan dollars were wasted every time I paid out of pocket for an overpriced vending machine bag of Pop-Tarts to avoid all that mess. I'm gonna be on antidepressants if I keep this up. I better just finish this and knock it off. We have to draw the line somewhere, folks, and I'm drawing it here. I'm not going to go through any more trauma and remembering those horrid years in college when the horrendous food service we had, particularly the first 2 years I was in school, couldn't be bothered to serve proper breakfast. And I wound up almost living off of these types of things, or just skipping breakfast altogether to avoid that crap. You know what the saddest part is? Often my first class or two wouldn't be over until after the cafeteria stopped serving breakfast and closed for 3 hours until lunchtime. I'm I'm going to cook this last one properly in the toaster so I can end this on a high note. And then try and go lie down for a while and try and let these painful memories subside again, and hopefully never, ever, ever do something like this again that brings back so many terrible memories. Final verdict. If you're not going to be traumatized by memories of horrendous college cafeteria food service, these things are actually pretty decent. Just do what the box says. Toast 'em!